Ladies and gentlemen, it is in fact my favorite part of the week. We are about to go over some amazing deals on the Nintendo eShop sale, and these are truly some of the best prices I have seen all year, so let's go and get right into this video. My amazing viewers, I have handpicked 12 amazing games that are on sale right now that I think you would enjoy, especially if you get them at a discounted price. Before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, it would truly mean the world to me. And also, please consider becoming a channel member because it really helps support this small YouTube channel. Now let's go and get right into the video. The first game we're talking about today is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and this is currently $15.99 on the eShop, which is 60% off. Where do I even start with this one? It would probably take somebody like 100 years just to explain all the Witcher 3 lore. This game should not run on the Switch. And sure, it definitely runs better on other consoles, but the fact that you can play this amazing, massive adventure and play it handheld, that has to count for something. Now when you factor in that this amazing game is on sale as well, I'd argue that's when it becomes a must-play game. So definitely check out The Witcher 3. Now let's talk about Tinykin, which is currently only $6.24, which is 75% off, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. Milo arrives on Earth to find that he's way too small. Everybody's gone, and a day hasn't passed since 1991. Team up with the mysterious Tinykin and use their unique powers to create ladders, bridges, explosions, and a lot more. Explore cities of ants, beetles, and other insects built inside of a giant house. Meet characters everywhere you go and learn their stories and history. So the best way that I could explain this game, which is probably not doing a great job, but it's almost a Pikmin clone. Now that's probably a disservice to both games because they each have their own thing going for them. I've talked about this game before in a hidden gem video. No matter which way you get to play this game, do it because it is a must-play game. Another amazing game that's on sale right now is Immortals Fenyx Rising. This is currently $7.99, which is 80% off. So I've beat this game twice. And it's probably been like, 4 or 5 years since this game has came out. Even though this game has been out for that long, this is still one of my favorite experiences I've ever had on the Switch. But what Ubisoft did here, some way, somehow, is truly amazing in my opinion. The narrative of this game is amazing, the setting is so fun to explore, the fighting mechanics are actually really good, some of the dungeons and puzzles are top tier, and it's a game I could replay again right now and have just as much fun as I did the first time. I truly don't know how you have an amazing game like this on sale for $8, but I'm not complaining. Definitely check this out. Now let's talk about a very charming game called Owlboy. This is currently $8.74, and that is 65% off. Owlboy is a story-driven platform adventure game where you can fly and explore a brand new world in the clouds. Pick up your friends and bring them with you as you explore the open skies. Overcome obstacles and greater enemies in one of the most detailed adventures of this era. Being mute, Otis struggles living up to his expectations of owlhood. Things spiral from bad to worse, with a sudden appearance of sky pirates. What follows is a journey through monster-infested ruins, with unexpected encounters, well-kept secrets, and burdens no one should have to bear. This is a fantastic game, and the visuals and gameplay are the first thing that comes to mind when you're playing it, but once you actually get into the story, and I guess the message that they're portraying here, it becomes really special. Definitely check out Owlboy. Now let's talk about UnMetal, which is currently $4.99, which is 75% off the full price. You play as Jesse Fox, who finds himself imprisoned in a covert military base where he's arrested for a crime he didn't commit. Jesse must now escape using his dry wits, quick words, improvised skills, arsenal of warfare, violent explosives, MacGyvered gadgets, and an elaborate explanation of how it all went down. So this is kind of a parody, I guess, of all the games that it reminds you of, but this one kind of goes off the edge a little bit. There's parts of this game where it gets seriously X-rated, so just keep that in mind, but this game is so damn fun. I bought this on a random eShop sale after I seen somebody else talk about it, and I did not regret it one bit. Now let's talk about Pumpkin Jack, which is currently $6.89, which is 77% off the full price. Pumpkin Jack is a spooky, scary 3D platformer in which you embody Jack, the mythical Pumpkin Lord. Dive into an epic adventure through otherworldly landscapes and help the evil annihilate the good. So essentially what this is just your classic 3D platformer, but it's Halloween themed, and it's a lot of fun. It's not the greatest game and the biggest adventure, but what it is just a solid gaming experience, and for the price, you really can't argue against it. Now let's talk about a game called The Final Station, which is currently $4.99, which is 75% off the full price. The world is over, but it's not quite over for you, at least not yet. And now that you've got thousands of tons of locomotive at your disposal, you've got a definite advantage over the infected hordes. This is the final station. The real question is whether or not you'll help the survivors get to their destinations, or let them die and loot their bodies. Sometimes people can be more trouble than they're actually worth. So again, this is a hidden gem. I want to talk about this more in a future video, more in depth, but for the time being, it's on sale and it's definitely worth checking out. So a really great game that came out this year that's already on sale is Lil Guardsman, and this is currently $11.99, which is 40% off, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. In this deduction adventure, you play as Lil, an unlikely 12-year-old hero, covering your dad's shift at the guard shed, and are tasked with deciding the fate of over 100 unique characters. You will question humans, elves, goblins, cyclopses, and other fantasy creatures using your power of deduction to determine who to admit or deny based on how they respond to your questions and your trusty tools. What's cool about this game is every decision that you make affects the entire game. So maybe you let somebody in, but that affects something in a bad way. Or maybe you decide to deny somebody, and that affects the game in a good way, or vice versa. It's all up to you. And yeah, this game came out this year, and not a lot of people talked about it. So maybe more people would pick it up for this price. Now let's talk about the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. This is currently $3.99, which is 80% off the full price. Konami's Castlevania Anniversary Collection traces the origins of the historic vampire franchise. Included is a unique ebook with details provided by developers, artists, and others inspired by Castlevania Legacy, which sheds a light into the world of Castlevania. Everything that's included is Castlevania, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania Bloodlines, Kid Dracula, which was never released in English before this, and History of Castlevania's Book of the Crescent Moon. Did you hear everything that I just mentioned? And that's only $3.99. So one of my favorite games I think I played on the Switch entirely is Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is currently $13.99, which is 65% off. This game was a huge surprise for me. Whenever I bought it, I got it on sale at Best Buy, maybe for like 20 bucks. And the whole reason I was buying it is because it was cheap. I knew it was going to be something dumb, maybe some shovelware, but it's all the money I had at the time, and I just wanted to play whatever I could. What happened after that is I started playing it, and I don't think I put it down for the entire week. I beat the game before I knew it because it was so damn good. I really hope Nintendo and Ubisoft continue this franchise for as long as possible, because what they have here is really special, and this is a great entry into the genre of like tactical battle games. Now let's talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is currently $9.59, which is 84% off. So to explain this simply, is it's just a fighting game that takes place in the Dragon Ball Z world. And you're probably like, okay, that's cool, you know, there's not too much going on here. In my humble opinion, this is one of the best fighting games I have ever played, truly ever in my entire life. It looks so damn good. It runs so damn good. And I don't know how they did it, but everything just works perfectly. It's flawless. Like when you're fighting, you really get immersed into everything. The animations look absolutely incredible. And this is a game that truly surprised me because I bought this on an eShop sale and I wasn't expecting much out of it. Now whenever people mention fighting games, this is the one I talk about immediately. And the last game we're talking about today is Feudal Alloy, and this is currently $3.39 on the eShop, which is 80% off. Explore an unusual, medieval world with a fish-controlled robot. Improve your combat techniques and skills by smashing many kinds of mechanical creatures in a beautiful, hand-drawn world. You're an ordinary farmer robot who lives in a small cottage in sunflower fields. You've been trying to live a simple, pleasant life until a bunch of outlaws attacked the village, stole your supplies, and burnt your house. Now it's up to you to solve all these problems. So the Metacritic score for this is actually 6.2, but it says to be determined. I don't agree with that at all. I went into this game blindly. I just bought it because it was cheap on the eShop. I'd never heard about it before that. I had never heard anybody else's opinions. I just picked it up and started playing. And I truly thought this game was fantastic. Like yeah, it's not the greatest game, but I really do think there's something special there. The fighting mechanics are great, the way the world design is so cool, and it really is fun to fight all these enemies and explore. So yeah, in my opinion, I would definitely check this one out. Ladies and gentlemen, there was 12 games that I handpicked for you guys. In the comments below, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear from you. If you could, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and consider becoming a channel member, because all of that really helps support my channel. And yeah, I would appreciate that. And you guys know me, I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.